4 years ago, when we first prayed together, standing together in Gray Chapel, I prayed this prayer for you and your parents that night. And since then, we have prayed together in many different ways, in many different tongues and faith traditions, for many different circumstances. But today, I return to our first prayer together, and again ask you might turn to your parents or families or friends or significant others and pray as you look at them with your eyes wide open. Let us pray. That night she gave a labor-laden cry, and then they held this newborn in their arms, and all the charms and harms of family, now 2 decades thick with memory. All the tears and tears of childhood, skinned-up knees, and egg-shelled egos cracked with fragile fears and brilliant shining hopes, the scopes of future dreams now underway. Today we give a labor-laden sigh. With open arms and hearts, we say goodbye. And all the charms and harms of growing up, now 2 decades far too quickly gone, they stand before you here today, O God. We bid your blessing on their family. We bid your blessing on this passage rite and give you thanks for all that's yet to be. Shalom, salam, namaste, shanti, shanti, amen.
Members of the faculty and staff, trustees gathered with us on the podium, family, friends, and most importantly, members of the Ohio Wesleyan University class of 2018. Welcome to the glorious occasion of this commencement. Today we gather in the heart of this historic campus for where more than 175 years OWU has shaped the lives of students for leadership in every sector of our society. Today, our newest graduates take their place in a long line of splendor, joining the ranks of alumni whose passion, grit, creativity, entrepreneurial spirit, social commitment, and intellectual vitality have changed the shape of our society and shaped the future of our democracy. Graduates, this is your day. We commend you for the accomplishments that bring you to this moment, and we look forward with great anticipation to the marks that you will make in the years ahead. Over the past 4 years, you have embraced an extraordinary range of opportunities on this campus, some large and some small. And as I have visited with many of you in recent weeks, you have spoken about those opportunities. You have spoken with appreciation for the work of the faculty, the rigor of the academic experience, and the personal attention you received both in and beyond the classroom. You have talked about the benefits of a diverse campus and ways in which your horizons were expanded through living among those whose life experiences are different from your own. You've talked about the OWU connection and the importance of undergraduate research, study away, and internships. You've talked about experiences beyond the curriculum, including athletics, Greek life, and student government. You've talked about advocacy for issues of great importance in a time of deep divisions in our society. In sum, you have talked about what it means to live a life of meaning and purpose, to be an engaged citizen, to be a whole person fully integrated in body, mind, spirit, and human connection. OWU could have no higher aspirations for you. As we gather today, I'm reminded of the enormous impact your class has had on this campus. You leave legacies here. You established the Food Recovery Network, diverting more than 3,000 pounds of unused food to help others during your 4 years here. You provided leadership in creating the OWU Sustainability Plan. You created the Student Inclusion Advocacy Committee, SIAC, within WCSA. You created the Black Student Union and recreated Rafiki Wa Africa. You brought us fashion show and gave us soul food lunch. You created Puchella, a creative dog festival that brought the entire community of Delaware together. You created the House of Spiritual Athletes. You renamed WOHO Sage, and you renamed MFL Hold. You led the extraordinary OWU response to the 2017 hurricanes. You reestablished OWU's relationship with the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota. You helped the Bishop athletic teams win 15 league championships. Some of you aren't finished. We've got a lacrosse match at Denison tonight. Let's give it up for the men's lacrosse team. How about a Go Bishops? You touched our hearts and you challenged our thinking with your artistic performances and creations. You're the first OWU class to graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree. Collectively, you traveled to more than 24 countries through the OWU Connection. You joined in the celebration of Ohio Wesleyan's 175th anniversary. You witnessed the reopening of Merrick Hall, now the home of the OWU Connection. You saw the renovation of Edwards Gymnasium and the opening of the Simpson Quarry Fitness Center. Your impact on this campus will endure, and we will think of you as we experience your legacy in years to come. As you receive your diploma and leave this campus today, you move into a world looking for leaders who bring us together in pursuit of a shared vision for a better life for all people. A world searching for leaders who bring to fruition the ideas that strengthen our economy and create a more just society. A world longing for leaders with moral ballast to lead us to the best possible use of scientific discovery, economic development, big data, and intellectual achievement in a society that honors the dignity of every human being and of all creation. A world yearning for a message of hope and confidence at a time when too many voices sow seeds of division and fear. Your education, grounded in the liberal arts and enhanced by experiences that connected you to the larger world and the pressing challenges that await your generation, has prepared you for just such leadership in just such a world. To the parents, family members, and friends who are gathered here today, I offer my gratitude and my congratulations. None of us advances in life without the support of others. Your encouragement, support, and unwavering confidence in the students whose achievements you celebrate today were important markers on the paths that lead to this moment. We are grateful for your place in the OWU family, and even more grateful for your place in the lives of these graduates. Graduates, when you arrived 4 years ago, I pointed you to the clock tower at the foot of the historic walk adjacent to Sturgis Hall. The tower was installed in 2005 by the class of 1955 on the occasion of their 50-year reunion. They inscribed these words: "May your time in this place open your mind to a lifetime of learning, your heart to creating memories and enduring friendships, your life to infinite opportunities, a mind for lifelong learning, a heart filled with memories and enduring relationships, a life of infinite opportunity. Today, we can all affirm that this has happened for your class in extraordinary ways, both large and small. You are ready now for what awaits. We look forward to the journeys your life will follow, and we look forward to the times those journeys bring you back to this campus. Congratulations and Godspeed. Joining us today on behalf of the Ohio Wesleyan Board of Trustees is George Conrades, a life trustee, former board chair, and member of the class of 1961. A math and physics major at Ohio Wesleyan, George is a technology and internet pioneer. During his career, George spent 31 years with IBM and later helped build Akamai Technologies, which helps companies provide customers with secure, high-performing cloud connections on any device, anywhere. Most of you have already looked at your device since you arrived in this setting, and you are doing so with the support of Akamai Technologies. At Akamai, George served in roles including CEO and chairman, executive chairman, and member of the board. George and his wife, Patsy Bell Conrades, class of 1963, are longtime friends and supporters of OWU. Their generosity has positively impacted every aspect of the university, most notably through their support of the Schimmel Conrades Science Center, the David O. Robbins Neuroscience Program, the Meek Aquatic and Recreation Center, and countless programs that assist students in every aspect of their OWU journeys. In 2001, George was awarded an Ohio Wesleyan Distinguished Achievement Citation for his lifetime of success. George exemplifies the power of an OWU education and the ability of one person to make a difference in the world. He also exemplifies the lessons on that clock tower of lifelong learning, of enduring relationships, and of infinite opportunity, as he and our speaker, as you will hear from George, were fraternity brothers here, became close friends in a relationship that endures to this day. Please join me in welcoming Life Trustee, George Conrades.
Thank you very much, President Jones. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to extend congratulations to the Ohio Wesleyan University class of 2018, and to your family and friends who gather to celebrate with you today. I watched you come in. What an exciting group of young people. Good for you. The Board of Trustees includes more than 40 members, almost all of whom are alumni and once sat where you sit today. They care deeply about Ohio Wesleyan, and they take great pride in the accomplishments of its students and the faculty. Nothing gives us greater satisfaction than knowing that your lives have been shaped by the intellectual rigor of the curriculum and the excellence of the co-curricular programs. The trustees join me in saluting you for your many accomplishments in the classroom, for your leadership outside of the classroom, and your individual and collective commitments to making this world a much better place. I'm honored to share this commencement with you. I can attest to the benefit of a well-rounded education at Ohio Wesleyan, enjoying lacrosse. There is a tournament tonight, and I can only say crush Denison. Also student government, playing drums in a rock and roll campus band, and of course, physics and math. I can also attest to the importance of lifelong relationships formed here. My wife Patsy and I met about 60 years ago on this campus. It was also here that I met a fraternity brother, Paul Schimmel, one of my closest friends and your commencement speaker today. He's married to Cleo, also a graduate and a classmate. All four of us are fast friends, and some of our respective children also are Ohio Wesleyan graduates, and there are some of them here. Paul will address you all shortly, but I wanted to say a few words about him while I have the podium. You'll get a proper introduction to Paul from President Jones, highlighting Paul's amazing achievements. You're in for a real treat to hear his message. Most of you are familiar with the Schimmel-Conradis Science Center just over there. Many of you might have wondered, just who are these people? Okay, some of you. Well, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands. Today, you get both Schimmel and Conradis. Big surprise. Maybe that's not so exciting to you, but considering the status of others whose names are on the surrounding buildings, we're thrilled just to be here, alive. Those were my grandchildren clapping. When I approached Paul about joining me in a naming opportunity for the new Science Center, Paul originally declined, saying that he and Cleo don't put their names on buildings, preferring instead to direct their giving to such things as student scholarships and faculty support, which they truly do. So I knew the issue wouldn't be funding, but said, okay, Paul, it's a science center. I'm a business person, and you're one of the most respected scientists in the world. Certainly, the Science Center should have at least one scientist's name on the building, an inspiration to future generations of students. Well, he said, I don't know. I said, well, all right, well, let's put your name first. Schimmel-Conradis, Science Center, SC squared. Get that? That did not impress. So I said, let's put your name in black and mine in red. You know, red is hard to see. It fades quickly. Yours will stand out more, and from a distance, it'll just be something like Schimmel something. He finally said, I like the part about being the importance to science. Of course, I'm just making most of this up. Cleo and Paul are huge believers in giving back. Some of you have benefited from their giving, and they're proud of their quiet, generous support of Ohio Wesleyan over the years. In addition to our lifelong relationship established here, each of us loves the faculty, especially revering those who pointed us forward. And so today, we are going to honor some special members of the faculty who have dedicated their lives to the excellence in their profession and to you, their students. It's my pleasure now to join Provost Chuck Steinmetz in recognizing the recipients of this year's faculty awards. And first, Chuck is hard to miss. Where'd he go? Here you go. All right. Dr. Steinmetz will present the recipient of the Bishop Herbert Welch Award for Scholarly or Artistic Achievement. The Welch Award is given for distinguished scholarship or artistic achievement. It may be given in recognition of a faculty member's distinguished body of work or for an individual accomplishment. Dr. Steinmetz will now come forward to present the recipient of the Welch Award for Scholarly or Artistic Achievement.
I am delighted to announce that the winner of the Welch Award for Scholarly or Artistic Achievement is Dr. Jim Peoples, Professor of Sociology and Anthropology. Dr. Peoples, please join me at the podium. Dr. Peoples has written extensively about the Pacific Island communities of Micronesia, as well as the experience of migrants from these communities. His first book, published in 1985, Island in Trust, Cultural Change and Dependence in a Micronesian Economy, was just as widely proclaimed as his most recent 11th revision of his text, Humanity, An Introduction to Cultural Anthropology, which was completed in 2017. Jim's work over his career has been both constant and important. As one of his colleagues recently commented, Jim has managed to tap into a professional fountain of youth as his work continues to improve over time. I am pleased to present this award to Dr. Peoples.
Very good, Jim. Congratulations. I sit?
No.
Oh, I got it. The Sherwood Dodge Shanklin Award for Encouragement of Teachers was established and endowed in 1963 by the late William H. and Frances Shanklin Ryan of Sacramento, California, to identify, encourage, and honor Ohio Wesleyan faculty members with high potential as teachers. The recipient is chosen by the Faculty Personnel Committee upon recommendation by the faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Dr. Steinmetz will now present the recipient of the Sherwood Dodge Shanklin Award.
I am happy to announce that the winner of the Sherwood Dodge Shanklin Award is Dr. Paul Dean, Professor of Sociology and Anthropology. Dr. Dean, please join me at the podium. In 6 years at Ohio Wesleyan, Dr. Dean has developed a reputation for being a creative and dynamic teacher who partners with students in collaborative learning experiences. One of his colleagues commented, his engagement with students, his thoughtful strategies for motivating and monitoring student progress, and his particular commitment to first-generation students and lower-income and minority students are all extraordinary. One of Paul's students made this comment. Dr. Dean does an amazing job of exposing the truth of our societal assumptions. This is crucial to all people to look at our everyday lives in different perspectives to better understand the driving forces that dictate our way of life. It is a very real pleasure to present this award to Dr. Dean. Well done.
That's important work. I get it.
Got it? Okay.
Okay. The Bishop Herbert Welch Meritorious Teaching Award was established in 1962 by the New York Alumni Association to recognize outstanding Ohio Wesleyan faculty. Recipients are selected by the Faculty Personnel Committee based on distinguished service in teaching that has made a significant contribution to the academic climate at Ohio Wesleyan. Dr. Steinmetz will now come forward to present this year's recipient of the Bishop Herbert Welch Meritorious Teaching Award.
I am happy to announce that the winner of the Welch Award for Teaching is Dr. Jeffrey Nunemacher, Professor of Mathematics and Computer Science. Dr. Nunemacher, please join me at the podium. Dr. Nunemacher, today you're receiving an award for excellence in teaching from a faculty that excels in shaping the minds and lives of students. This is a considerable accomplishment not easily attained, and one that should fill you with great pride. Jeff, I'd like to share with you a recent comment from an alumnus, a former student, who contributed to your nomination. This individual said, Ohio Wesleyan is rightfully proud of its exceptional teachers, and I met them in every department. For me, Jeff Nunemacher was the best of them, the center around which my undergraduate degree revolved, and a continuing inspiration to work hard on difficult tasks. It is my great pleasure to present this award to Dr. Nunemacher.
That's great praise. Thank you. I'm done too, huh? All right, I'm out of here. I'm out.
The Adam Poe Medal was established in 1953 and is named in honor of the minister of William Street Methodist Episcopal Church who gathered signatures and financial pledges for the founding of Ohio Wesleyan in 1842. The Adam Poe Medal is presented to OBU faculty members and administrators in recognition of long and valued service to the university at the time of their retirement. A biography of this year's recipient is included in your program. Dr. Ted Cohen, in recognition of his 30 years of service, will you please present Professor James Peoples for the Adam Poe Medal? No, I don't think so. No. Congratulations. As you have already heard from George Conrades, and I can say with no exaggeration, today's keynote speaker is one of the world's most accomplished scientists, and we have the good fortune and pride to call him one of our own. Since he graduated from Ohio Wesleyan in 1962, Paul Schimmel has gone on to make history by conducting groundbreaking research that helped to launch the Human Genome Project. In the 1980s, Paul helped develop a technique called the, quote, expressed sequent tags method, end quote, which has been hailed as one of the key developments allowing scientists to crack the universal genetic code. Paul also helped uncover a, quote, vast new area of biology, end quote, and continues to work to support the development of new biopharmaceuticals to halt debilitating diseases. Pre-professional medicine major here at Ohio Wesleyan, Paul went on to earn his doctorate in biophysical chemistry from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He later spent 30 years on the faculty at MIT, including a meteoric rise to become a full professor of biochemistry and biophysics. Since 1997, Paul has worked with the Scripps Research Institute, serving as the Ernest and Jean Hahn Professor of Molecular Medicine and Chemistry, as well as a faculty member at the Skaggs Institute for Chemical Biology. Today, he oversees laboratories on both of the Institute's campuses in California and Florida. Understanding the importance of global collaboration and cooperation, Paul also has a joint appointment at the Institute for Advanced Study at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. He holds several patents and is a co-founder or founding director of multiple biotechnology companies, of which 7 have been publicly traded on the NASDAQ. During his career, he has authored or co-authored, can you guess, more than 480 scholarly papers. He's a member of the National Academy of Sciences, the National Academy of Medicine, the American Philosophical Society, the National Academy of Inventors, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, to name just a few. Throughout his life, Paul and his wife Cleo Ritz Schimmel, also an Ohio Wesleyan graduate, have remained strongly connected to the university. They have endowed the Schimmel Scholars Program, which awards a full tuition fellowship each year to an incoming female student with an outstanding academic record and demonstrated leadership abilities. This year's Schimmel Fellow is Sarah Bergman of Denver, Colorado, who is graduating summa cum laude today with a major in microbiology and minors in both chemistry and music, another Paul Schimmel in the making. In recognition of Paul's accomplishments, including his support of students like Sarah, Ohio Wesleyan has awarded him a Distinguished Achievement Citation as well as an Honorary Doctor of Science degree. And as you have heard, we have also named our state-of-art, our Science Center, the Schimmelkenrades Science Center, in his honor. We are thrilled to have Paul with us today to share his wisdom with the OBU class of 2018. And I'm equally pleased to share that the graduating class includes Paul and Cleo's grandson, David, who also has a very bright future ahead. Paul has titled his remarks, "The Only Way to Be a Great Dancer." I can't wait to hear what he says. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Paul Schimmel.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you the only way to be a great dancer. But first, let me say that I'm very pleased that so much of my beloved family is here. Cleo, we got hooked up 5 months after we met here, and we got married here as undergraduates. Oldest daughter, Layla, her husband, Sammy, and 5 of their children are here, so this makes me very happy. Now, you might ask, how could it be you get hooked up as an undergraduate and stay married? And we came to a mutual agreement. We said, we'll never get divorced, but we'll each give the other the right to murder. And so when things get tense and she's got that look in her eye, which you don't want to see, I think, as we get older and older, our brains get zanier and zanier. She just might do it. Suddenly, we're back to square one again. Anyway, in all of our lives, we have moments, memories. Many of them get shoved back into the subconscious that define who we are. You don't know where they come from, but they're there. Strangely enough, one of the most reassuring sounds to me is a whistle of a train, even if it wakes me up in the middle of the night. Why? You ask yourself why. It was because when I was a boy, in my bed at night, we lived near the railroad tracks. I had no responsibilities. I had clothing, I had roof over my head, I had food. Get up in the morning, my only responsibility was to feed the dog. Great life. But every night I get woken up at 2 a.m. by the train blasting through. But I associate that with something secure and peaceful, so it doesn't bother me. It's very strange. But all of you have those things, and all those things shape who you are. And you don't know sometimes why you feel the way you do, why you react the way you do, because they're in there. And if you really look hard, you can sometimes figure it out. Let me take you back to about the time Ohio Wesleyan was established. You're a woman. Your name is Lavina Warren. You're 32 inches high and you weigh 29 pounds. And yet, you're a proportionate woman in every way. You have all the emotions, sensitivity, and intelligence, an above average IQ. But what are you going to do? People go by you and they pet you like an animal. And you find the only way is to join a circus and to be a curiosity, like an owl or an orangutan. Now let's go forward to 1988. You're in the Massachusetts General Hospital at the Harvard Medical School. The chief of pediatrics there is Alan Zikovich. He's standing in front of 2 parents who are holding an infant girl. And they say to him, with very sad eyes, "We were told by the hematologist here she's going to die in a few days." Let's flash forward now to about 2002. You're in a home, I believe in Pennsylvania. You go inside the home. There are a lot of sad people. There's a 21-year-old woman lying on the bed, going in and out of a coma. She's dying of a sepsis infection. 1.7 million people in the United States every day, every year, pick up a hospital-acquired infection. Of those, 100,000 come out in a coffin. You go in for a wart, you come out in a coffin. That's sepsis, a disease of the bloodstream. When I look back at all this, these experiences, this knowledge, made a great impression on me as I developed, and as I look back particularly and try to understand what is the life philosophy here that has evolved out of all of this. You know, what is this all about? I started in medical school because I thought I would like to help people, do something personal, but I didn't like it. And I took a chance and went to graduate school because I was just so drawn to science, to math, to physics, to biology. And I dropped out of medical school, much to my father's consternation. But I look back now and ask myself, what was that all about? And why did I tell you those three very sad stories that are medically related? And I connect that with statements made to me, a speech I heard, the lyrics of a song that somehow summarized where I had arrived in my thinking and why I ended up having the life I did. One day, I'm looking at a video or a news program, and they interview a great dancer. And he was asked, how do you become a great dancer? And he said, well, you can buy a book, you can study the steps, and you can practice, and you might become a below average dancer. Alternatively, you can get a video. And you can stand in front of the video and dancing, trying to imitate, and you might become an average dancer. Better yet, get an instructor you really like, someone you can relate to and helps you. After a lot of practice, you might become a good dancer. But there's only one way to become a truly great dancer. Of course, everybody's now ears shooting up like rabbit ears. What is it? He said, it's very simple. You have to get up and dance like no one's looking. And I thought about that. And that immediately got me to thinking, why is that? It's because of this enormous self-consciousness, the dogma and the consensus of how you should dance, how you should perform, how you should dress, how you should look. You're aware of that, and it holds you back. So let's go back to the Massachusetts General Hospital. This infant girl is dying. Ezekovich pushes back and said, I know that there is an experimental drug under development at Amgen in Thousand Oaks, California. It's far from being approved. But I will call the FDA and I will contact Amgen and see if I can get that medicine, now called Neupogen, which boosts neutrophils, white blood cells, and see if I can use it on a special permission basis. Lots of criticism at the hospital. Everybody pushing back. You'll do this to her, you'll do that to her. He said, look, she's going to die. What does it matter? So he was successful. That was 30 years ago. She's a wife and a mom today, living a normal life on Neupogen. What about the woman dying in Pennsylvania? That's a connection to one of the companies I had started. We were developing a medicine for sepsis. She had very little time to live. We were far from approval of our drug. We called the FDA. We talked to the parents. The FDA agreed. There was nothing to lose. The parents agreed. We shot her up. She revived. She went on with her life. I asked our CEO at the time, years later, after the drug got approval, how many lives have been saved by this drug for sepsis? It took them several weeks to get back to me. It turned out the hospitals came back, aggregated the data, said there are 300,000 people alive today that would not be alive today had you not started that little company for $500,000, which we did. I asked myself, I said, now let's say, thank you. I look back then, I say, you know, let's say I saw 500 patients a year for 40 years as a doctor. That's 20,000 people, most of which will come in for something that's probably more psychological than medical, but that's okay. 300,000? They don't know how many hundreds of thousands of arms and legs were saved. Because the first line of therapy, when you can't get the infection out of a limb, you saw the limb off. Now, what about Lavina Warren? She was genetically defective in one of the genes that controls the production of human growth hormone. Bob Swanson, one of the two founders of Genentech, wanted to show to the world that he could make it in the laboratory. It really wasn't available any other way, and no one had been able to make it, except extract it from the pituitary glands of cadavers. But then they learned many of these cadavers were contaminated with a prion that caused the human version of mad cow disease, so you couldn't do it. He had enormous pushback. The dogma and consensus was, this is genetic engineering, it's very dangerous. Those genes are going to spread all over the world that you're producing in a laboratory making this hormone. But he pushed through all the dogma and consensus and did it. And now it's the standard therapy for any child who's diagnosed with that genetic defect. She or he can grow up and have a normal stature. One of the people who made a great impression on me at the Scripps, who's now passed away, was a great clinical hematologist named Ernie Beutler, heavily decorated, chair of molecular medicine there. Before he died, he said something that an entrepreneur who also died said in a different way that a singer from years ago also said. And it's all about getting up and dancing as if no one's looking. What he said to me, he said, Paul, before he died, your greatest danger in life is dogma and consensus. Just remember that. When Steve Jobs gave his commencement address at Stanford before he died, what did he say? What was the signature line? Dogma and consensus. You may look back on your life when you are old and realize it was a result of other people's thinking. And go back now to another singer introduced to me by my daughters, Bob Seger. What was one of his great songs? Against the Wind, about a young man caught up in the culture, the dogma and the consensus of that time, with his girlfriend, just living the life. 20 years pass. He's lost. He realizes he was caught up in that dogma and consensus. And he says to himself, I wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. So that brings me back to another graduation ceremony, one I participated in many years ago at MIT. In those years, the MIT president was always the commencement speaker. The last year of his presidency, Jerome Wiesner gave the commencement address. At MIT, they have a system where you only have to march as faculty once every 4 years because the stage will only hold so many people, but you got to do it. It turned out my number was up and I had to march that year with the graduation, so I heard the whole speech. He gave a speech, and he said, in the prior commencement speech, I heard some student who received his diploma say, Dr. Wiesner said something to me, said to the crowd, and to me personally. I took it personally. That was more important than 4 years of MIT education. So he said, you know, I gave a bland speech. I couldn't imagine what I said. So I went out afterwards where all the parents were gathered with the graduates, and I found a student. And I said, I overheard what you said. that I said something so profound, more important than 4 years of MIT education. And he said, yeah, I can tell you what it was. At MIT, not unlike here, when you're to receive your diploma, you get up, you walk across the stage, the diploma is handed to you after your name is called out. So, he said, I stood up, my name was called out, I walked across the stage, you put your hand in my back, gave me a push and said, keep moving. That was it. That was it. When you get up and dance as if no one's looking, you keep moving. You keep going. You're broken out of dogma and consensus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul, for those very inspiring words. And I can say, as one who knows this class, these are people with all of the capacity in the world to dance as if no one is looking. Now, as we recognize the achievements of the Ohio Wesleyan class of 2018, I call on Ms. Shelley McMahon, University Registrar, to present the candidates for degrees in course.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts please rise? On behalf of the faculty and Board of Trustees of the university, I have the honor to present these candidates as duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and under the laws of the state of Ohio, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts with all of the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Ms. McMahon will present the individual candidates as they come forward to receive their diplomas.
Mariah Therese Sherry. Margot Ryan Hackett. Natasha Cherokee Usinger. Shelby Shawzak. That's my sister! Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music please rise? On behalf of the faculty and Board of Trustees of the university, I have the honor to present these candidates as duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Music.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and under the laws of the state of Ohio, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Music with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. The candidates will please come forward.
Rachel Esther Ballage, summa cum laude. Katie Laura Miller. Kaylee Samantha Zander. Jamo Rong cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? On behalf of the faculty and Board of Trustees of the university, I have the honor to present these candidates as duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and under the laws of the state of Ohio, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all of the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. The candidates will please come forward.
Mary Agnes Cranley, cum laude. Derek Allen Shank, magna cum laude. Haley Suzanne Talbot Wendland, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? On behalf of the faculty and Board of Trustees of the university, I have the honor to present these candidates as duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees and under the laws of the state of Ohio, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. The candidates will please come forward.
Catherine McDonald Abbott. Joseph Stephen Acero. Dexter Curtis Adams, Jr. Abdul Hasib Akinlabi. Andrew Edward Alanis. Patrick Maroum Al-Kofra. Kevin Christopher Alkins, magna cum laude. Elizabeth May Anderson, cum laude. Iris Elise Anderson. Nathan Daniel Axelrod, magna cum laude. Derek Kenneth Bakioki. Hunter Joseph Baker. Michael Brennan Barr. Madison Nicole Barrett. Catherine Lee Beard. John Addison Beagley. Ellen Ruth Bennick, cum laude. Laura Enright Benson. Sarah Marie Bergman, summa cum laude. Brian Roger Berry. Jonathan Blair Bethiel, cum laude. Sophia May Bean. Marissa Pamela Black. Ryan O'Neill Black. Emily Blainer. Michael Shahinian Blatchford, cum laude. Catherine Marie Bliley. Jackson Anthony Boger. Bailey Nicole Bonanno. Madeline Rose Bonfield, cum laude. Brett Michael Bowersock, summa cum laude. Catherine Lee Boyle. Bradley Thomas Brodeck. Emily Brown. George Connor Lyons Brown II. Jeremy Paul Brown. Sarah Elizabeth Buggy. We had George, Jeremy, and Jordan. Okay. Jordan Alexander Brown. My apologies, Jordan. I got my page off here. Grace Genevieve Bolchek, cum laude. Emily Christine Burns, magna cum laude. Phoebe Christine Bush. Kira Alexandra Bussy Sims. Joshua Ross Butt, cum laude. Brooke Ann Butterworth. Daniel Patrick Byrne. Gary Connor Cahill. Cassandra Lucille Call. Elena Danae Cannon. Erin Marie Cannon, cum laude. Courtney Giselle Carmichael. Alex Curtis Carrico, excuse me. Aaron Benjamin Carroll. Audrey Castañeda Walker. Leanne Celopino. Anthony Francis Chambers. Jenna May Chambers, cum laude. Yiti Chin, cum laude. Jake Daniel Chernoff. Colleen Paige Chernowski, summa cum laude. Isabel Ashman Cherry. Jackson Clark Christman. Courtney Asia Clark. Christman is in absentia. Amanda Michelle Clay. Lydia Ann Cleaver Bartholomew, summa cum laude. Madeline Jane Colmer, magna cum laude. William Cooper Comstock. Abigail Elizabeth Connell, summa cum laude. Tierra Faye Copley. Graham Leo Cote. Gabriella Pearl Cote, cum laude. Keisha Wadi Cummings. Adrian Pearl Ellen Dialwin. Ashley Brooke Day, cum laude. Christopher Trail Dobeck, cum laude. Thomas Patrick Dolan. Brenda Nicole Dressel. Kenya Bacardi Dumetz II. Meredith Irene Dunn. Chloe Elizabeth Dyer, summa cum laude. Alana Easley. Ryan Patrick Earhart. In absentia. Tayyab Ilahi. Clara Katrine Ellis. Connor Costain Elwell. Shelby Nicole Elzinga. Taylor Lynn Endicott. Erica Lee Evans, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Ray Everett, summa cum laude. Patrick Michael Faley. Ellen Lynn Falco. Aaron Kathleen Rufus Fannin, magna cum laude. Madison Ann Farmer, cum laude. Jacqueline Alexandra Feliciano, cum laude. Erin Lynn Ferguson. Grace Stafford Fitzgerald. Tyler Patrick Flynn. Bo Richard Forrester.
Sarah Rosalind Foster. Jermaine Anthony Fraser Phillips. Shota Michael Fukamachi. Thomas John Galamba, cum laude. Renee Antonio Garcia. Dominic Taylor Garrett. Elliot Matthew Garwood. Hannah Lee Gephardt. Mika Ophelia George. Connor Edward Glasgow, cum laude. Nicole Christine Gorka. Robert Franklin Gossett. Lucas Carmine Gould. Allison Tyler Greeley. Mallory Quinn Griffith. Christopher Dudley Grissom. Aina Anup Gupta. Kuku Gupta. Guillermo Javier Gutierrez. Ronald William Gwen, cum laude. Paige Annalise Hainig, cum laude. Husnin Heder. Anna Nicole Haley, cum laude. Peter Martin Hamblett. Sarah E. Haynes. Cheyenne Mackenzie Hansen, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Hadley Hardaway. Scott Nicholas Hermanes, magna cum laude. Jerry Lynn Harper. Cara Lynn Harris. John Chandler Haskins, cum laude. Daniel Kaufman Haygood. Lauren Michelle Haney. Paul Isaac Kirsch Heithaus. Alana Diane Henderson, cum laude. Mohammed David Herbawi. Daniel Lee Holbert. Jordan Alexis Hollenbeck. Chloe Noelle Holmes. Jonathan Charles Holtkamp. Rebecca Hope. Nicholas Ryan Horton. Emily Alice Louise Howell, magna cum laude. Christina Elizabeth Hunter. Anthony Thomas Ikavati. Casey Nicole Yuvara, cum laude. Krista Elin Ivanek. Jillian Kerr Jacoby. Haley Nicole Jacobson. Adira Marilyn Jarman. Kayla Noelle Johnson. Howard Law Jones. In absentia, Troy Emmett Jones, cum laude. In absentia, Brian Matthew Jordan, cum laude. Madeline Grace Juzinski, magna cum laude. Catherine Sophia Maria Katrinich. Aaron Daniel Kelly, magna cum laude. Sarah Helen Kennedy, magna cum laude. Christy Noel Kinberg. Corey Anna Kinder. Jacob Paul Kleinhens, cum laude. Isaac Benjamin Kochman, summa cum laude. Catherine Emily Koshian, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Cohn. Abigail Dawn Colson. Charles Atwood Cotler, cum laude. Holly Louise Krampitz, cum laude. Elizabeth Gail Crestel, cum laude. Brianna Aris Lacroix. Tricia Caprella Lacey. Jordan Laura Larkin. Haley M. LaRoe. Laura Christine Lemansky. Thomas Chamberlain Lemansky. Charles Frederick Lennon. Alexandra Abbott Lesser. Luke Russell Leiden, cum laude. Dianye Lee, cum laude. Andrew Wolf Lowenbaum. Kara Ruth Lowry. Cassidy Andromeda Lupardis. Emily Ada Luti, cum laude. Alexander Michael Lutz. Abigail Marie Lyon, cum laude. Shelby Brione Mackey. Caitlin Ann Maggio. Bradford Bennett Marcotte. Anna Christine Massera. Janet Mazzari. Sean Andrew McCart. Colin Michael McGarry. Stephen Christopher McGrath. Alexandra Marie Medina, cum laude. Rachel Dawn Meir, magna cum laude. Matthew Gerard Messick. Ainsley Meredith Mateer. Christina Marie Miliacci, cum laude. Zachary Daniel Miller. Olivia Walcott Minervino, cum laude. Alexia Juniper Minton, cum laude. Peyton Christine Mitchell. Thomas Oliver Moore III. James C. Morgan IV. Ivana Caroline Mustafi. Ibtihaj Adam Mughal. Gopika Nair. Kelly Ann Newell, magna cum laude. Nathaniel Scott Newman.
Lung Wen, magna cum laude. Daniel Alexander Neiswanger. Pan Neomtai. Kristen Elizabeth Nooney, summa cum laude. Cassandra Page Oberly, magna cum laude. Adam Michael O'Brien. Carl Trey Olson, magna cum laude. Lucy Maureen Olson, magna cum laude. William Harris Orr. Alexander Paul Pasilio, cum laude. Alexei Daniel Martin Pavlov. Victor Charles Petticord, Jr. Rebecca Kathleen Penrod, cum laude. Jason Benner Perry. Christopher Daniel Pessel, cum laude. Amy Alice Peters. Courtney Ann Peterson, cum laude. Griffin Paul Payton. Matthew Aaron Finnegar, cum laude. Whit Punsiri. Colin Edward Petron. Christine Aurelia Pinder. In absentia. Patrick Michael Paracchio. Shelby L. Quaid. Kyle Robert Raybung. Corinne Elise Race. Nancy Elizabeth Anastasia Ransom. In absentia. Trevor Andrew Ray, magna cum laude. Syed Abuzar Raza. Nicholas Ryan Reed. Ashley Ann Ream. Rachel June Resnick, summa cum laude. Justin Timothy Resnick, cum laude. David Cawthon Rich. Kayla Marie Richard. Nicolette Kathleen Riestenberg, cum laude. Benjamin Davis Rigger. Brianna Catherine Riggle. Nicholas Keith Riley. David Vance Robinette. Adriana Pamela Rodriguez, cum laude. Catherine Grace Abiji Romeo. Rachel Zoe Rosenthal. Anne Millard Roth. David James Roy. In absentia. Nicole Deborah Rosa. Benjamin Zachary Rubel. Jack Raraj Rungsang. Emily Ann Rupp. Ian Andrew Sagester. Amber Guanbing Sample. Emma Nicole Sampson, magna cum laude. Zoe Eleni Sayers. Rachel Ann Scher. Jill Marie Scribner, magna cum laude. Caitlin Marie Segrest. Kari Lynn Seymour, cum laude. Maha Sarwar Shahid. Zachary Joseph Sharoki. Weston Kendall Short. Drew Cameron Singleton. Hallie Marie Cinco. Elizabeth Ellen Sizer. Justin Robert Smith. Francesca Michael Carol Saki. Elizabeth Marie Summerdorf. Joshua Eric Spain. Richard Edward Spernoga, cum laude. Rachel Janshi Spots. Bo Jeffrey Srinivasan. Nia Joy Stanford. Kelsey Alexandra Steinmetz. Emma Grace Stilgenbauer. Colin Joseph Stolley. Constance Nicole Sumlin. Paige Nicole Tackett. Isabel Ann Taylor. Megan Jean Titleman, summa cum laude. Daniel Evan Turman. Caden Vaughn Thompson. Nicholas John Tobias. Luke LaFour Tompkins. Dagny Olivia Tracy. Joelle Hope Gates Trubovitz, cum laude. Nicholas Paul Turner. Elizabeth Grace Urbanski. Johannes Jacobus van der Marva. Samuel Isaac Van Dyke, magna cum laude. Jacob Everest Volbers. Hope Marie Walls, summa cum laude. Lydia Michelle Warner. Jordan Melissa Waterwash, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Watt. Alexander David Weiss. Haley May Welsh, cum laude. Ashley Nicole White. Andrew McDonald Willard. Rihanna Marie Wilson. Allison Renee Vunoski. Corinne Larissa Woodson, cum laude. Zachary Paul Worley. Evelyn May Wyatt, magna cum laude. Andy Sy. Cheyenne Young. Vincent Joel Yurcho. Brooke Leilani Zanater. James Patrick Zoller. Kevin Arthur Zulo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ohio Wesleyan University class of 2018. I'd like to recognize those who graduate with Latin honors. Will all students graduating cum laude please rise? Will all students graduating magna cum laude please rise? Will all students graduating summa cum laude please rise? In addition, 5 members of this year's graduating class completed their careers at Ohio Wesleyan with a grade point of 4.0. I'll ask the students to stand. As I call their names, I ask you to hold your applause until all 5 are standing. Colleen Chernosky, Abigail Cannell, Chloe Dyer, Megan Titleman, and Hope Walls. Please stand. It is customary at Ohio Wesleyan that the senior class president offers remarks and an expression of gratitude on behalf of the class. Senior class president Madeline Jasinski is an economics major and accounting and Chinese minor from Atlanta, though she came here as a first-year student from Shanghai, China. Madeline has a fascinating story about how she came to OWU, first hearing of Ohio Wesleyan from an OWU alumna at a college fair in Shanghai. This was the first college she visited, probably like many of you. It was love at first sight. She says she was committed to OWU after her sophomore year of high school. Since she came here 4 years ago, Madeline has taken to heart the core themes of the OWU connection: think big, go global, get real. She competed in the national championship for moot court with OWU's team. She took a travel learning course to Manchester, Liverpool, and London in England to study post-colonial British literature. She was a member of the first class of OWU accounting fellows and traveled with them to Washington, D.C. And she had 3 internships at Jack Morton Worldwide in Shanghai, Habitat for Humanity in Atlanta, and UPS in Atlanta. And Madeline has been deeply involved in many facets of campus life. She's a member of Kappa Alpha Theta, the President's Club in OWUSA, and she's been a leadership fellow and is a recipient of the Meek Leadership Award. When she leaves Ohio Wesleyan, she prepares to enroll in law school at Vanderbilt in the fall. I'm proud to present one of Ohio Wesleyan's newest alumni, Senior Class President Madeline Jasinski.
Over the years, I've heard the story of my mother's first night at college a million times. After her family dropped her off at a school where she knew no one, she sat in her dorm room, ate sesame sticks for dinner, and cried. Somehow the sesame sticks are so crucial that they make it into every retelling of this story. I avoided the same fate on my first night at college because I never got the chance to stay inside or be bored. From the moment I stepped on campus, Ohio Wesleyan gave me opportunities to learn, to travel, and to lead. My classmates and I have had some incredible experiences here, and I continue to be impressed by everything the class of 2018 has accomplished. Collectively, we have explored academic issues, conducted research, and completed service projects on campus, across the nation, and around the world. We have excelled in athletics, and we have participated in political causes and social movements to ensure our voices are heard. But what really impresses me about Ohio Wesleyan is how hard our professors and mentors have worked to make us better. We were all admitted here because Ohio Wesleyan saw in us a spark that had the potential to catch fire. Each of our professors worked to turn raw intellect into something more polished, into opinions that could be thoughtfully defended, into critical thinking skills that allow us to engage with the world in a more mature way, into the ability to respectfully interact with members of other cultures. Our administrators and fellow student leaders saw passion in the class that entered 4 years ago and work to transform enthusiasm into determination, to develop passion into commitment. Our experiences in and out of the classroom have taught us how to be moral leaders in a global society. My counterpart last year said that the gift Ohio Wesleyan gave her was the knowledge of how to ask the right questions. She was right about that, but I think the best lesson Ohio Wesleyan has taught me is to stand up and say, I can. Ohio Wesleyan graduates are prepared to take leadership roles in organizations that mean something to us, to volunteer for causes we care about deeply, and to step in where help is most needed. Ohio Wesleyan likes to brag that we are a college that changes lives, and that is true. And now the graduates of this class are ready to leave and change the lives of others. Class of 2018, it's been an honor. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Madeline. And as we prepare to close our ceremony, I offer these words to our graduates. If here at Ohio Wesleyan you have found freedom, take it with you into the world. If here at Ohio Wesleyan you have found peace, go and share it with others. If here at Ohio Wesleyan you have found some portion of truth, go and seek it all the more. If here at Ohio Wesleyan you have dreamed dreams, help one another, and those dreams may come true. If here at Ohio Wesleyan you have known love, give some back to a bruised and hurting world. May you, the Ohio Wesleyan University graduates of 2018, be as proud of yourselves and your accomplishments as we are of you. And now, as you are officially alumni of Ohio Wesleyan, I invite you and all who are present to stand and join your classmate Rachel Ballich as we together sing the Alma Mater. Now, as we prepare to close today's ceremony, I'll ask the audience in a moment to be seated while the recessional occurs. But we close as we opened 4 years ago with this historic bell, first presented to Ohio Wesleyan at the founding of the university in 1842. Each year, we mark the opening of the academic year by ringing, or perhaps we should say now, clanging, this historic bell and we close the academic year with the same. Graduates, congratulations, best wishes, and all that is ahead.